Thank you very kindly, Mr. President, Vice Presidents of the bank, Directors of the bank, members of staff, members of the management of the bank. Thank you very much for that very warm welcome. I'm very happy to be here. It took a little doing for me to get here because I was coming today and then I couldn't come, but I'm here. So I repeat that I'm really very happy to be here and to participate with you in a very short interface. And I'm calling it an interface because I'm going to say a few words, but I'm anticipating that if you feel that you would like to ask me anything in relation to Trinidad and Tobago's work or any other aspect, I'll be very happy to hear from you and to answer as best as I can. I want to indicate from the outset that this is my second time as a governor of the Caribbean Development Bank. I served previously when I was Minister of Planning and Development between 2004 and 2007. And at that time, we also hosted the annual general meeting in Tobago. So Trinidad and Tobago is very pleased to be given the opportunity to host again, and we look forward to receiving you when you do come to Trinidad on this occasion. As the President said, Trinidad and Tobago has a very long history with the bank, and because of our history, we're very proud of the work that the bank does, because to repeat what the President said, when the bank was getting off its legs, Trinidad and Tobago, because of our position, played a very pivotal role in ensuring that the bank was well respected as it began its work. And this work, which is almost 50 years old now, has built on some very strong precedents, as you well know. Sir Arthur, William Dimas, Sir Neville, Compton-born, and now our very dynamic president, who certainly is a man who is bent on transforming this bank. And we are very excited to work with him on ensuring that this takes place. I want to give you a little history. The bank is not new to me, in that my father worked at this bank as the treasurer during the time of William Dimas. So I have a very close affinity to the bank. And so for me, personally, it is important that the bank does well. The bank really is one of those institutions in the Caribbean, like UWI, like the OECS, like LIAT. That was not meant to link the bank that closely to it. Like CAL, like West Indies cricket. That means something special to the people of the region. Because even though we have relationships with other development institutions, really speaking, the CDB is the bank that really reflects us most closely and knows what we need. And when our member countries experience a hurricane or an earthquake or flooding, it is not just a country experiencing that, but actual staff members of the bank who belong to those countries can speak about it personally and intimately because they may have actually experienced it. And even for those of our member countries that are not within the region, they have developed a close affinity to this region and to the bank. I want to impress upon the management of the bank and the president in particular that despite the fact that Trinidad and Tobago has not been participating in all the instruments that the bank has to offer, in other words, we're not borrowing from the bank, it is really not because of anything that the bank is doing wrong. But as I was sharing before we came into the room, Trinidad and Tobago has not had a history of having to borrow. So it is something new. It is a culture change for us. And so even to get ministries to talk about moving in that direction, even to get the finance ministry to talk about moving in that direction, it takes a little doing. But we have been doing the talking because we have, in the Ministry of Planning and Development, we have very strong faith in the bank and the offerings of the bank and the management and staff of the bank and the work that you do. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the continued professional work that you have been doing. I also want to take the opportunity to indicate that I'm very excited about what I'm hearing for the future of the bank as you move like a juggernaut to achieve new frontiers for the bank and indeed for these islands in this region that to some extent were moving apace in their development and now have stuttered a bit. But with the assistance of the bank and the vision that you have for not only for the bank but for the region, we are sure that we will move forward assiduously and with the underpinnings of all that you have to give to us as countries in a region that we all love. I want to thank the President and the Vice President and the members of the management for always giving Trinidad and Tobago such high consideration. I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the Prime Minister. I don't do that very often, but I'm sure on this occasion I can speak on behalf of the Prime Minister, who was once a Minister of Planning and Development and a Governor of the CDB, and who has a very deep and abiding respect for the CDB, that we deeply appreciate the work that is being done at the bank. We look forward to continuing to collaborate and work with the bank in achieving its mandate. We want to assure you, Mr. President, that you can depend on Trinidad and Tobago for any of the initiatives that you want to move forward in the region. We are here to give that support. And again, I want to thank you for this opportunity. And I look forward to receiving the, is that a call for me? I look forward to receiving those of you who are coming to Trinidad and Tobago. We are very excited about hosting once again, and I am open to any questions within reason. And I really want to say again, thank you for the heartfelt welcome and this opportunity to interact with you in this way, and I look forward to seeing you in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much.